Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to Luna Classic video update. And so here we go. And yesterday there was this pattern that formed up for Luna Classic, and that pattern failed terribly wrong. So we did it was meant to go up a little bit to 6.8 6.75, but now they have finally decided to sell it off from 5.9, and this was a perfect price prediction that I gave you 2-3 days ago. I was expecting it to just move a little bit higher here, but this nonetheless was the main technical target to the 5.9, so it actually just stopped there. And who knows, this could be finally the time we start to see the sell-off, and it's actually happening. So there is a phase called distribution. Okay, so it's just a market phases. So for example, you start with a big accumulation right here, you go up, and then you make reaccumulation, you go up, and then you start distribution, you go down, you make redistribution here, and then you go down, and then you start accumulation again. So the cycle repeats. This is the cycle you have to understand in cryptocurrency. Okay, now at the moment, if I do look at it on the 1 hour time frame, or maybe if I do try to dive into the 4 hour time frame, perhaps I do see distribution happening. It's time for the distribution, and this is not a good sign. Okay, now in order for us to continue high and higher, first of all, it's important for you to understand that you must come up and break 59105. Number one, there was a support here that has been broken, and that's going to be this support right over there. Okay, now that support is already broken, and as a matter of fact, if I do take the fib retracement from the bottom here to the top, all right, so this one goes like this. 0.618 is a very important level right now. Actually, let me just remove that support right there. Understand this. The golden ratio is absolutely important to hold at the moment, and if you start to lose the golden ratio, then I reckon that it's time to basically drop down to 2,000 to 23,000. Okay, now hear me carefully, because there will be a distribution somewhere in the future, and you never know one thing. Let me tell you what's going to happen here. This is the possible scenario that can happen for Luna Classic at the moment. I don't know if this is going to happen or not, but to me this one looks like it's the start of a distribution phase, and it's not going to drop today or anytime soon. But distribution basically is going to be the time where the sell-off is happening basically. Okay, so people are cashing out and taking profits. So this is going to be like the left shoulder. They're trying to print the head, and who knows, you can actually come down here to 33,000 where you have a little bit of support, go up a little bit to 44,000 again, get rejected the golden ratio, and you can see that's the golden ratio, by the way. So you lose the golden ratio, you go back to backtest the golden ratio, so you get rejected the golden ratio, and you also print the right shoulder. And when you print the right shoulder, this is what's going to happen. You make that neckline right over there. If this happened, of course it hasn't happened just yet, but this is possible that it can happen now, just as I was telling you about the bull pennants and whatnot. So unfortunately, a lot of people are not going to like what I'm about to say, but this can actually end up dropping to 17 or 18,000 back down there. This is a level that wasn't back tested, and who knows, this can be the bottom again, and then you start to shoot to the upside. So be careful in this space. I do see it's the time of distribution phase to me. I can be totally wrong, but at the moment, understand this, that it's really important to hold this price that it is in right now. To hold the 0.618 is absolutely important. You can already see, so 0.618, and you can see ever since it went back for the correction, this is basically correction and nothing else. I'm not saying it's super bad at the moment, but you gotta be careful about one thing. If you start to hit your head like this at the golden ratio at 41,000, and then you go down under it and close below it, you can see by now you haven't really closed below it. All you did is made the wicks to the downside, and then you ended up closing above the golden ratio. If you do end up losing it, come down here, go back to backtest the golden ratio. That's why I'm saying you're gonna create that right shoulder as well. Get rejected the golden ratio, and then you fall to the downside. And that's pretty much it for this update on Luna Classic. I'm going to see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz.